Hi friends and family. It's been a while. I think right before Christmas was my last video. Um, I had my daughter here over Christmas, and then she was here 2 weeks ago, and then I had friends, Dawn and Steve, staying with me this last week. So I've been really busy, and I apologize for not getting back to you sooner. And through it all, I was dealing with, of course, the insurance situation. Um, I last mentioned that I had an appointment on January 3rd, and I went to that up at Mayo expecting to have it resolved, and they told me at that time I was still in the same situation, so nothing had transpired other than the fact that I had a nurse who had contacted me from Aetna in the transplant department. She contacted me to start scheduling me for work, my blood work and that going forward. And I told her my situation regarding the insurance, and she actually took the ball and ran with it. She was a godsend, truly a miracle. Had she not gotten involved, I don't think I would have been able to resolve it at all, and especially as quickly as it got resolved. So I got a call from Mayo Clinic last Thursday on the 5th, and they said that they would cover me, and I actually got a letter saying that they would cover my procedure for a transplant going forward. So with that being said, I still am going to go for my appointment. I do have one with Dr. Dodd, and that's going to be on Monday. Just in case something happens like this again, it really was kind of nerve-wracking to be out there without any kind of reference that I could contact regarding my situation. So I'd like to have another opinion regarding a transplant going forward. So that being said, I had gone 4 weeks without chemotherapy, and I was kind of nervous about my numbers, which I had blood drawn on Tuesday of this week. And I've been feeling great. I've been running 3 miles at a time. Usually I walk a quarter mile and I run a quarter mile, but I've been feeling great while I've been doing it and doing my workout and participating in dancing and pickleball. So I've been keeping physically very busy and fit. And I got my numbers back after not having chemo for 4 weeks, and they're still all looking really good. And other than the fact that I still have the symptoms of amyloidosis, I feel good. Being diagnosed with AL amyloidosis and multiple myeloma going forward, the doctors still recommend that I get a bone marrow transplant. And if I decide to go through with that, that will be a very dangerous procedure. And the fact, let me explain to you what it would entail. So I'm going to be continuing chemo for the next 3 weeks. And at that point, I will have undergone 16 treatments or 4 cycles. And at the end of January and going into February, I will have a bone marrow biopsy, a PET scan, other tests to determine if they still, just determine what my, where I'm at with my diagnosis, which, let's just say, I still believe that I am healed, and I will not have to have any further treatment, but we'll find that out from the test results. And at that point, if I can elect to have stem cells removed to possibly be used at a future date, which I believe I'm going to be going through with that. So at the end of this month, if I am a transplant, if they feel that I'm viable for a transplant, I can't think of the word. That's a whole nother situation. If they feel that I'm viable for a transplant, then at that point they will extract stem cells from me, and that would involve about 4 to 5 days going to Mayo. I will be getting shots to release stem cells from my bone marrow into my bloodstream, and then I will be hooked up near my clavicle. They'll insert a catheter or a catheter, something that will remove blood and send it through a machine. The machine will extract the stem cells, and after a couple of days of doing that, if they've deemed I have enough of them, they will prepare them either for a transplant or freeze them for future use. If I decide to go through with it, it would probably be early March. At that time, they would admit me to Mayo Clinic for approximately 2 weeks, and I would undergo an hour-long chemotherapy, very, very dangerous, that would kill my bone marrow completely, wipe it out, and I would lose all my hair and would compromise my immune system completely. And then after within 48 hours, they reinstate my bone marrow stem cells. And between that time, I would probably need a blood transfusion, at least one, maybe two. And then I would be there at the hospital for a couple of weeks, like approximately 2 weeks, until my immune system would start to get a little better and they could release me, and then I would be at home for several months in a compromised state. They said that I would be able to have visitors, but I just have to watch my immune system. So it's something I'm trying to decide whether I want to go through with. And this is where I'm asking all of you, my prayer warriors, my support system, all the people that have been reaching out to me over the last several weeks. I'm asking for prayers and of what direction I need to take, and to trust God in this walk, because He has been so faithful for me through this whole process, providing for me with my physical needs, with my financial needs, my spiritual needs, keeping a hedge of protection around me with your prayers and the angels that He is sending. And I am so, so grateful for all that. So in the weeks going forward, I'm just asking for prayers of direction. Should Dorian go through with this, Lord, please give her a strong sense of whether to go through with this or to trust in you and walk in faith, and let her immune system continue to carry her through. So that being said, I just want to thank you for all your thoughts and prayers. Even though I have not been in touch with you, I know many, many of you have been reaching out to me, and I'm so grateful for that. And just know that your prayers are keeping me lifted and in good health. And the doctors, I met with my cardiologist on Tuesday. He just keeps shaking his head that I am doing as well as I'm doing, that the chemotherapy is not affecting me, that I received treatment Tuesday, and Wednesday morning I was out running, and it's like God's put a complete armory around me to protect me from any of the pitfalls that normal people might encounter. But I've been feeling great, and I'm grateful to my Heavenly Father for keeping me in this great of health, despite being diagnosed with AL amyloidosis and multiple myeloma at the same time. I continue to feel wonderful, and I'm just walking blindly and naively in the fact that I am healed. So grateful for all of you. I love you all. Happy New Year, and I will be back with you much sooner, I promise, than these last 4 weeks. But again, Happy New Year, and I love you all. God bless.